Welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, where we explore all things books, business, and bullshit. My favorite bees. I'm your host, the fairy coin mother, Cinquanta Cox-Smith of www.cinquantacoxsmith.com. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, episode 139. Today I am here to talk about the 7-figure entrepreneur conversation, all right? We had our mini last week. This week we have a full episode, which accompanies this episode with a video. If you guys have not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, go ahead and type my full name, Cinquanta Cox-Smith, in the YouTube search bar and subscribe to the channel. We are less than 100 and something subscribers away from 10K. I'm super excited about this goal. My goal was to try to reach that by March and also reach 25,000 downloads on the Anchor platform by the end of March. Right now we are holding strong at 24,400, so we are definitely almost there, and that is thanks to you. The last episode had over 600 plays and it's continuing to grow. Thank you guys for tuning in every other week to hear me to speak, but I think this conversation this week is going to be something that you guys are all interested in, so I'm excited to jump into this. You know what time it is. It's time for our rapid fire questions of the day. All right, guys, welcome to the Coins and Connections podcast, here with my family. And today they are going to unknowingly answer a few rapid fire questions. Yes, you are. The first question is, say the first word that comes to your mind.
Vacation. Stupid.
Everybody answer already? Name a person who inspires you.
Mother.
Quetta said her mother.
My mother.
Oh my God. Shamika.
Oh God. My son.
Steph.
My mom.
The last question is, French fries or chips?
French fries. Chips.
Today we had my cousin Stephanie, cousin Shamika, my auntie Patricia, and my sister Cinquetta. Tamika popped in really quick to join us on the rapid fire questions of the day. But you guys say hello to my listeners.
Hello. How y'all doing? It is cold as soft chocolate.
All right. Thank you guys for joining me today on this segment of the rapid fire questions. Thank you. I have lashes on today from Lash by Cece. Thanks, guys. I hope you guys enjoy that interactive rapid fire question featuring my family via Facebook Messenger. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into our topic of the day. Today we are going to talk about the 7-figure entrepreneur conversation, and this topic came to me via a post from Lovey Ajayi and also a Facebook friend of mine, Arian Long, who is the CEO of Femly. Okay, and I'm going to not read exactly everything they wrote, but for the most part, everything that was written in their Facebook post is what I'm reading. So from Lovey, she said, according to social media, everybody is officially a 7-figure entrepreneur. Everybody is a boss. Everybody is making $54,332 in Shopify sales every week. Do not be discouraged by what looks like everyone else is doing well but you. It's not true. There is an interesting type of entrepreneurship glorification happening right now, and it's weird. There's a lot of I love being a millionaire, income flossing I'm seeing, and I think it's setting people up to fail. Let's absolutely be proud of our accomplishments, but are you also talking about how your company made $1 million, but you paid 40% of that in taxes, had to make payroll, pay for insurance? In the 7-figure entrepreneur conversation, let's also not leave out these expenses that come with it. You ain't make $1 million and have it all sitting in the bank. We can inspire people about the work and the journey and the accomplishments without flattening it so much. I absolutely agree. When I started doing payroll, I believe back in 2018, 2019, and I used Gusto. I've talked to you guys about Gusto before. I had no clue how much it costs to run payroll. And I was the only one on payroll at the time, other than when I did add my kids and I was paying them as contractors, which I really should have been paying them as employees as well. Having a W 2 at the end of the year, seeing how much taxes came out, but also seeing how much extra money it costs to make payroll. It costs a lot to do payroll. So when you are running a business and you're making $1 million, you don't have $1 million sitting in the bank, which is true. My monthly gross could have been 10K that month, and I could have possibly only seen 3K after expenses, after payroll, after paying all of these software things and maintaining websites and paying for services. I could have take home 3K. So yes, it sounds all fine and dandy when I say, yes, I'm making 10K daily or I'm making 10K a month. But if I'm only taking home 3K, then that's not the full story. What I took home was just enough for me to continue to live. I am also going to read what Ariane posted because I felt like she made some really valid points as well. Ariane said, I launched Family in 2015 with first sales in 2016. My biz took 5 years to go to some of the places that I knew was possible. I know what it looks like to be in Forbes and broke. I know what it's like to travel across the country without being able to afford a place to stay. I know what it's like to watch others win while supporting and praying that the same happens for you. All I can say is that where you are is where you're supposed to be, but it doesn't mean that it's the only place you'll go. Now is the time to plan, prepare, consult with those who know more, think outside of the box, differentiate, find capital, and scale up. You can do whatever you put your mind to, but some things take time, and that process will create the version of you needed to see your dream through. Please don't let the 6-7 figure storytellers disrupt your day. Half of them are counting on your lack of discernment in order to sign up for some service and line their wallets. Winners are made in action. Very valid points. So that's why when we tell the story of the income that we earn, we should also tell the story of the income we lost. My company, when I first started, was losing money. When you do profit and loss statements or when you do your taxes, you can see how much your company actually made when you do a self-employment tax on a Schedule C. My company took a loss for the first 3 years. It wasn't until possibly 2019 that my company actually saw the increase to match the take-home pay to say that this year I profited more than I lost the previous 3 years. It does take time. It takes time. It takes balance. A lot of times when building your business, you're going to start using certain tools or softwares, and then you're going to find out that it's not good for your business. So while you were figuring it out, you still had to pay for these things. That became a loss to you because now it's no longer suited for your business. Also, we start working with certain people who charge a certain amount. We start working with people who charge a certain amount, and then we get used to that. When that doesn't work out and we have to reach out and find a new person, their fee may be higher. You're at a loss because you were so used to paying this amount with this person, but things didn't pan out and now you have to readjust your budget. So there's so many different sides to this 7-figure entrepreneur conversation that is not talked about. In my journal, every month, I do write out how much I made, where did the money come from, how much my software and my expenses was. And a lot of times I was losing, but I also made sure that I talked about that. Yeah, I might have made 10K, but I'm still broke. I'm barely trying to afford a Burger King sandwich. I would tell people, okay, I quit my full-time job. I'm gonna need y'all to buy this book so I can afford this extra dental insurance that I need. I have extra vision insurance that I pay for monthly right now, just because even though I am a military spouse and a veteran, TRICARE doesn't cover as much as I need. So I get additional insurance for vision and dental because I know I need a lot of dental work. I know I like my contacts. So just being an adult is something that transpires into your business as well. As a parent, you have to make sure your kids have insurance. If you are an entrepreneur, you better making sure you have insurance that's good and that's going to cover your whole family. You may be making $10K, but your insurance premium may be $600 every 6 months. These are the things that we should talk about. Stop leaving people in the dark. Entrepreneurship is fun, it's freeing, but it's also isolating and taxing mentally and physically and financially. So let's continue to have those thorough conversations when we talk about our success. We also talk about the things that did not work that got us to where we are. Every day, there's someone who takes a hit. I've taken a huge hit on my business, and to be honest, it has stressed me out. It has put me into depression, trying to pick up the pieces and put everything back together. It has made me want to quit every single day. But I have a strong support system to where someone is telling me it's gonna be okay. I have your back. Let's find a plan B and C. You are going to get through this. And with that being said, I will get through this, but I was also allowed to go through my emotions. There's a lot of people who have a huge loss in their business, and because it's only them and they don't have a support system, they have to pick up the pieces right away. They don't get a chance to go through the motions. They don't get a chance to grieve what they've lost because they have to keep it together. So things like that happen, and I'm sorry for anyone who is still isolated in their entrepreneurship journey. Knowing that you don't have support is hard. And I'm here to tell you, just keep going. I have been at this for over 10 years. I'm definitely not where I want to be, but I know if I keep working, I keep making myself better, I keep gaining the knowledge that I need, one day I will be at the level that I want to be at, and I know that all my trials and tribulations will help me handle every situation that comes to me when I get to the level of achievement that I'm looking forward to. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic of the 7-figure entrepreneur, and I wanted to know if you are having these frustrations or you having these conversations in your success circle. If not, you guys definitely should pull each other up. Just talk more about it on social media, in your content that you're creating, and let people know that it's all good and dandy until, the feds be pulling up at your door and IRS and them. This segment is called Q Money Bag Thought of the Week. The Q Money Bag Thought of the Day, and I want to talk about this book here. I bought this book, Life Skills for Teens, for my son for Christmas, but I found that it was really imperative that I also let my daughter join in on the fun. Yesterday, I told her to pick a chapter and we read it and we went over it. So it was about social skills. But in this book, it gives you prominent information about like food, kitchen, personal grooming, personal health, money and budgeting, making goals, coping with emotion, problem solving, behavior skills, clothing, home maintenance, car care, maps, and directions. So it gives a lot of practical life skills. It has little drawings and pictures and talk about where hair grows and how to shave and things like that. I think it's a really practical and good book for teenagers to just help you with that conversation. Right now, I have 2 teenagers living in my house. I have a girl and a boy. You know that these things are definitely different. We have a girly girl and we have a stinky boy. These things are completely different, and it's been different to parent each child. So each child needs something different. So if you're currently struggling with being a parent of a teenager, let's form a support group and let's knock it out the park, because I don't remember being such a, I don't even know the word for it, type of teenager. And I have definitely struggled with it. I've gotten some really good skills from my therapist to use, and I put some of those things in place. We have chore charts, we have checklists and things like that really helps whip everything into shape and just keep us all on a level playing field. I never want to show favoritism to either one of my child, but I want them to know that I have to parent them different because of the type of emotions and just mentally how they can handle criticism, conversations, and just how much weight they can put on them. So school is hard enough. I don't want the environment of the home to be super hard. I want it to be relaxed, but we also want a structure. So again, if you guys have teenagers, let's form that support group and let's cheer each other on. Let's share tips. We're always sharing things about toddlers and babies, but where is the support for the teenagers? Help. You know how they say, blink your eyes if you need help? I'm blinking. Help. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Q Money Bag Start of the Week, where we talk about life skills for teens. Make sure you grab this book here on Amazon. And until next time. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to the Coins and Connections podcast. Don't forget to leave a review and join the conversation over on Facebook and Instagram using the hashtag Coins and Connections. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Cinquanta Cox-Smith and at Coins and Connections. You can shop all merch at www.coinsandconnections.com. I love you more than I love this podcast. Peace.